WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Lee County supervisors say they need to do more research before deciding whether to ban the controversial herbal extract kratom.
Our Allie Martin was at a public hearing where people on both sides of the debate spoke out today.
We must pay early attention to the potential for new products to cause addiction, and we must take strong, decisive measures to intervene.
As an ER nurse and captain with the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, Tammy Reynolds says she has seen firsthand the dangers of kratom.
We have had 11 overdose deaths, possibly 12, 2 of which were nothing but kratom. The other ones also had other controlled substances listed on them. But the 2 that were mainly just kratom, didn't have anything else in their system, that shows us that there's a potential for overdose.
Captain Reynolds helped draft the proposed ordinance that would ban kratom in Lee County. Kratom is a tree found in Southeast Asia. Its leaves can be eaten raw, but are often crushed and brewed as tea or turned into capsules, tablets, and liquids. In low doses, kratom can act as a stimulant, and in large amounts, it acts as a sedative. Although it is legal, it is unregulated and widely available. Captain Reynolds says kratom is addictive, dangerous, and should be banned.
When I made a clear decision to quit doing the drugs, nothing seemed to help me like kratom helped me.
Adam Smith now runs his tile and flooring business, but says he was addicted to opiates for more than 15 years. Smith says kratom helped him make a clean break from drugs, and he believes a ban on all forms of kratom would do more harm than good.
I think there's been some confusion with the raw plant and then the synthetics and the extracts that they're using, and I'm completely for banning those, but taking away the raw plant, which has helped so many people, including myself, I don't think they should be lumped together like they are.
The proposed ordinance bans the sale and possession of kratom. Supervisors say they need more time for research, and the ordinance could be amended to ban certain forms of kratom or prohibit its sale to minors.
From everything I get out of it, if you take it wrong, it's a bad thing, and when you walk in a service station and get it, that makes it twice as bad, so because the kids don't know the difference.
Supervisors hope to have a decision on the proposed kratom ban by mid-June. Allie Martin, WCBI News.
So far, 28 Northeast Mississippi counties and cities have made possession or sale of kratom a misdemeanor.
New figures show a portion of the price tag Columbus is paying to repair the city. The monthly finance report that city councilman will see tomorrow night shows Columbus has spent just over $25,000, and a line item titled Storm Expenditures is where the figure is found. The same report also shows the city has received nearly $4,000 from FEMA. A bill has not come in for debris cleanup, and overtime for the storm is still being calculated. In the same document, the city's reserve fund is $923,000. That's about 17 grand higher than this time last year. Time now to turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Riley. He joins us with a first look at the forecast.
Hey there, Joey. Beautiful evening here in downtown Columbus, Mississippi. Nothing but clear skies, a few clouds out there. Pretty warm right now, too, sitting in the upper 80s out there. It's pretty muggy, too. That Mississippi humidity, always a factor here across Northeast Mississippi. Nothing on radar right now, but back out west, across portions of Oklahoma and Texas, it is lit up like a Christmas tree out there. A lot of tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings. Long track tornadoes out in their neck of the woods today. A rare level 5 high risk has been issued for those areas, but for here, a lot calmer. I'll have more on your local forecast coming up a little later in the show.
A man who has been tried twice in the burning death of a Mississippi woman will stand trial for the death of a woman in Louisiana. Quentin Tellis has been indicted on 1 count of second-degree murder in Louisiana. Tellis is accused of killing Ming Chen Hesoi in Monroe, Louisiana in 2015. He had pleaded guilty in 2016 to unauthorized use of a credit card. Tellis stood trial for capital murder in 2017 and 18 for the 2014 burning death of Jessica Chambers in Panola County. Juries deadlocked in both of those trials.
The man accused of a home invasion, robbery, and shooting in Lowndes County avoids a trial and pleads guilty today. Tommy DeLoach was facing trial on 4 counts of armed robbery and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon. Late this afternoon, DeLoach pleaded guilty to 1 count each of aggravated assault and armed robbery. Those charges stem from a July 2017 home invasion robbery on Tabernacle Road. Investigators say DeLoach broke into a mobile home, shot 1 person, and then assaulted 2 others with a bat. Law enforcement caught up with him about a week later in Tennessee. The state is recommending a sentence of 40 years with 5 suspended. He'll be sentenced this Friday.
A Columbus woman is killed in a head-on crash over the weekend in Lee County. Lee County Coroner Carolyn Green says 26-year-old Jessica Wiggs died at the scene. The crash happened Sunday afternoon on County Road 300. Investigators say 2 cars were involved and one had 4 people inside, including 3 children. 2 of the children were airlifted to Le Bonheur and 1 was taken to NMMC in Tupelo. The department says 1 car was traveling west and the other was traveling east. One of the vehicles went into the oncoming lane and struck the other head-on. The accident remains under investigation.
Late last week, a 6-hour shooting spree sent shockwaves through Webster County, but it didn't stop there. Several neighboring police agencies and sheriff's departments also responded to that call.
So how do agencies and departments in other counties know when to reach out and help in an emergency situation? WCBI's Cash Matlock joins us live in the studio to shed some light on the question. Cash?
Well, Joey, law enforcement officers tell me when it comes to an emergency, sometimes one department just doesn't have enough resources, so they depend on their relationships with other counties for help. When Officer Dylan Cates arrived at the scene last Wednesday, he wasn't expecting to be leaving with bullet holes like these in his car. He says he immediately knew to call for backup.
I knew we were going to need some shields and, better ballistic protection, so I asked to contact the Mississippi Highway Patrol and Starkville Police SWAT team because, of course, they are better equipped than just your patrol units would be. Chickasaw County Sheriff James Myers says this is something that happens from time to time in smaller counties.
You know how it is, with budgets. We're a small county too, just like Webster County, and, manpower and budget. I mean, it's just sometimes you can't get the things that you need above and beyond.
And with a situation like the one in Webster, officers at the scene needed more resources than their department had on hand. They say their first instinct was to reach out to other departments in their own county.
Well, in those situations, most of the time you're going to get a response, but such as us, we did have an agency that wasn't able to respond due to their supervisor. So then you have to move to your next option.
That next option is usually a neighboring county.
Officers were aware of it, and we were ready to go if we were needed.
Although Chickasaw County deputies didn't end up having to assist this past week, they say they always keep an ear out in case they are needed.
Our radios now, we have where we can just be on our local channel, or we can scan several channels at one time, and we scan a lot of the city police departments as well as the county sheriff's offices.
And when it comes to extreme cases, officers say some of the normal procedures can be bypassed.
If something comes across the radio that an officer is involved in a shooting or an officer is down, we will immediately head that way and until we're turned around by that agency.
In a situation like that, it doesn't matter who it is. Of course, now city units and county units have to have permission from their supervisor to leave the area, but at that time it doesn't matter. Once an officer puts out a call for help, it doesn't matter who you work for, we just need you there.
Sometimes the assistance from other counties can last longer. The Webster County Sheriff's Department says they are thankful for the donation of 4 vehicles from Mathiston and Oktibbeha County after their own were damaged by gunfire.
All right, Cash in the studio with that story. There's an immediate need for more patrolmen on Mississippi's highways. The Mississippi Highway Patrol is taking applications for a new trooper class. The school involves 20 weeks at the academy, plus 12 weeks of field training with a veteran trooper. Right now, the department is running far below its maximum capacity.
We're so low in numbers right now. We actually have 525 troopers that are, employed with us, but right now we also have 150 roughly that can retire at this time. So that kind of puts us in a bad situation.
The deadline for applications is May 31st. If you are interested in applying, you can go by your local MHP patrol station and driver's license office or go online to the MHP website to download an application.
2 North Mississippi towns will receive money to help bolster law enforcement in the community. Brooksville will receive the most grant dollars. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Development is awarding $49,000 to help purchase a tractor and equipment for the road department. The second grant, worth more than $30,000, will help buy a utility truck and police car. Ackerman will receive a little more than $18,000 to help buy a new police vehicle. Senators Roger Wicker and Cindy Hyde-Smith say 11 community improvement projects across the state were chosen. The grants will help provide essential services to small communities.
Well, after a year off, a favorite summer festival makes a welcome return.
We have early details when we come back.
Watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
June is right around the corner, and after a one-year hiatus, so is Columbus's Juneteenth celebration. This will be the 23rd year for the Juneteenth at Simscott Park. 23, a significant number this time around because the park was demolished by the February 23rd tornado. Last year's festival was canceled because of funding, but these setbacks are not stopping the community from coming together.
The tornado did come through this area, directly through the Simscott area, and I think this is going to be some encouragement to help people come back to see some sense of normalcy, that we're on the rise back to where we were.
Juneteenth runs June 14th and 15th this year.
Well, nice and warm for your Tuesday. Highs approaching the lower 90s. It's going to be warm across the entire region. That warmth is going to stick around for a little while. Coming up after the break, I'll let you know just how long you can expect these above average temperatures.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Riley.
Well, it was an absolutely gorgeous day across the area today. Starting off with a look at our Alpha Insurance time-lapse network here across the area. Just some fair weather cumulus clouds out there today. We didn't have any of that rain to worry about, and things warmed up, got a little toasty today. Another thing that we had developed today is subtropical storm Andrea developed here off of the east coast, well off the east coast. No impact to land is expected. Current winds there at 40 miles an hour, and it's moving off to the north right around 14. By Wednesday here, early Wednesday morning, it could be approaching Bermuda there. Not expecting it to really intensify a whole lot as it moves off that way. Back home, though, things are quiet. However, off in Texas and Oklahoma, a really active day today. Have had numerous reports of tornadoes, very large hail and damaging winds as well across the region out there today. Luckily, none of that is going to move our way as we go throughout the overnight hours tonight or throughout your day on Tuesday. So for the rest of the night tonight, going to continue to clear on out. We will drop down into the middle to upper 60s overnight tonight. As Tuesday rolls around, we'll start the day off, have some more clouds filter in here As that daytime heating begins to take effect, we may see a pop-up shower out there. Not really expecting much in terms of that, though. Tuesday afternoon, those clouds will begin to clear on out as the sun sets. And you'll notice back on off to our north and west here, we do have a line of showers and storms. Those will stay to our north and west, so things will remain dry here as we head on into Tuesday night and throughout the early morning hours on Wednesday. Your Tuesday is going to be warm. We're going to top out here in the upper 80s, 88 in Bruce, 88 Pontotoc, 88 degrees as well there in Houston. Going to see more of that sunshine across the area tomorrow. A really nice days in store for us there in Aliceville, topping out at 89, 89 in Fayette, and 88 degrees there in Sulligent. Winds will be a little gusty tomorrow. You'll notice those out of the southeast there, around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts high as 20 miles an hour at times. So hold on to your hat if you're headed out for your Tuesday. Now, as we go on into the middle of next week, we're going to remain dry. This high pressure system is going to begin to build in from the south and east. That's going to give us some much warmer temperatures and some much drier conditions across our area as we head on into your Memorial Day weekend. So your 7-day forecast is looking pretty good. Maybe just a stray shower there for your Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when we really begin to dry on out. As you move into this weekend, 94 degrees is your high for Saturday, and if you think that's hot, look at Monday, 96. It's going to be perfect pool weather if you have any outdoor activities this weekend. It's going to be great weather for that. No worries about any rain or storms, just warmer weather in that Mississippi muggy humidity.
Senior Jake Mangum takes home some new but familiar hardware this afternoon. More on that coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Senior center fielder Jake Mangum has accomplished many things during his collegiate career and is known as a Bulldog that makes history. And he has done so yet again. For the second time in his Bulldog career, the Pearl native is awarded the C. Spire Ferris Trophy, becoming the first ever two-time winner. Mangum beat out not only his Ole Miss rivals Tyler Keenan and Greg Hessinger, but he also beat out his own teammate Ethan Small. It also marks a special moment for MSU athletics as it sweeps the Ferris, Connerly, Howell, and Gillum trophies for the first time within the same athletic year.
It's not something you really think about until last week and say, hey, you're nominated for the Ferris again. And, I was excited just to be a part of it. Both guys at Ole Miss, my teammate Ethan and Matt Warner at Southern Miss, they all four of those guys easily could have won it. The state of Mississippi is unbelievable in college baseball. It's the best in the country, and it's not even close. Just happy to be a part of it.
On top of Jake Mangum receiving his second ever trophy, Mangum along with four other Bulldogs receiving SEC accolades. Ethan Small named as the SEC Pitcher of the Year, and JT Ginn earning SEC Freshman of the Year honors this afternoon. Also, Mangum named to the All-SEC team along with sophomore first baseman Tanner Allen and sophomore second baseman Justin Foscue. This is the first time in Diamond Dog history that the Bulldogs bring home multiple specialty conference awards. MSU is set to match up against LSU or South Carolina in the SEC tournament in Hoover on Wednesday. Ole Miss bringing home some Southeastern Conference honors of its own. Cooper Johnson, Doug Nikhazy, and Greg Hessinger named to all-conference teams. Named as a finalist for the C. Spire Ferris Trophy, Hessinger named first team All-SEC, while Johnson was named to All-SEC second team and the All-Defensive team. The freshman pitcher Nikhazy was tabbed to the All-Freshman team. The defending SEC tournament champs will look to defend their title beginning on Tuesday with a matchup against Missouri at 1 p.m. The Ole Miss Rebels have punched their ticket to a NCAA Super Regional for the second time ever in program history. Ole Miss with a major effort on Sunday to win 2 games against the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns in hopes of advancing. The win in Game 2 came on a walk-off from Kaylee Horton that sent Kylan Becker home, securing the team's Super Regional berth. And although the rain delays and doubleheaders have been a nuisance all season long, Becker saying that's what helped her team secure the win on Sunday.
We knew today that we were going to win. Honestly, we all came to the field, and I think yesterday when we lost the first time, I got a little emotional, maybe got a little teary-eyed after that first loss before that second game of the day. And today, there was no tears, there was nothing, because I was so confident that our team had it. And honestly, I think the entire team knew that we were going to do this. We were battle-tested the entire season. Almost every SEC regular season game turned into a rainout and a doubleheader, and we kind of really just lived off of that. And we won so many series off of the doubleheaders, and we knew that we were prepared for it. It was destiny, and that was practice for now.
And Ole Miss will end up playing that Super Regional in Arizona. They will be first facing off against the University of Arizona. That's it for sports. The last look at your weather is coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Well, we have got 90s across the board for your next 7 days. That's the coldest high temperature we have is 90 degrees. By your Memorial Day weekend, we warm up into the middle 90s, upper 90s by Memorial Day. Definitely wear that sunscreen this weekend because it's going to be hot.
All right. Well, this is your last night with us, and your parting gift to us is summertime, huh?
You're welcome.
So tell the folks real quickly where you're going.
Yeah, I'm headed out to Lubbock, Texas. I'll be working for KAMC News out there. So I'm sad to go, but I've enjoyed my time here.
Well, we have enjoyed having you.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you and your family.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone.